With the explosion of online learning, creating online courses is becoming increasingly lucrative. That said, creating an online course doesn't have to be complicated or even take you a long time. In this video, I'm going to show you how to repurpose content you already have in order to create a profitable course online. Let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, my name is CourtneyLSanders. I'm a full-time online entrepreneur as well as wife and mom, and also course creator. And so I wanted to do this video because I know everyone's really excited about creating courses. They're more popular than ever, especially with more and more of us staying at home and learning online. But I know creating a course can seem really daunting. In fact, I would say creating a course has almost become the new I want to write a book, right? A lot of people want to write a book, but they never get around to it because they're like, oh, it's going to take so much time to sit down and do the writing. And so I find a lot of entrepreneurs feel the same way about creating courses, but they need not. So for me personally, I've created and sold dozens and dozens of courses, but one of my first courses was actually a course that I created based on repurposed content that I had put together in a free email challenge. And so I was able to rework that free email challenge into a paid course, and I was able to generate over 5 figures over the life of me selling that course online, and this was from repurposed content. So if you're already a content creator and you're already creating content, have no fear. It's not going to take you a long time to create a course. You can repurpose what you already have, and here's how. Step number 1 when it comes to repurposing your content into a course is you have to begin with the end in mind. So I have to tell you up front, you're not going to be able to repurpose content if you're just creating content all willy-nilly. Hopefully, if you are an online content creator or an online entrepreneur, you're creating content that is somewhat strategic and positions you as an expert, or at least speaks to your target market's problems. If not, you definitely want to get into the habit of creating strategic content that way. And in fact, I talk about this more in detail in my content planning cheat sheet, where I talk about how to specifically create content that attracts your target market. This is really important when it comes to repurposing for an online course, because you want to use content that is going to help your target market achieve something that they want to achieve. And so if you're already in the habit of creating content that helps your target market achieve their goals, it's that much easier to repurpose it into a course that you can sell online. Going along with the first step, the second step is to repurpose your most popular post. Here's a hint, the posts that do really well for your free content will also do really well for your paid content. So if you notice that every time you talk about something, even if it's something slightly outside of your wheelhouse, but you might just post about it or share about it because it's interesting to your target market, if you're noticing that that particular topic always gets more likes, more shares, more comments, that's a good indication that you should not only repurpose that content to create a course, but that you specifically deep dive and create a course on that topic. The third way to repurpose content that you already have into a paid course is to leverage your live streams. This is huge and is so overlooked. So many of you are already doing live streams that only stay up on your profile for a limited amount of time. On Instagram currently, your live streams will stay up just for 24 hours. Well, guess what? If you're giving good game on those live streams and you're really giving detailed information, you can repurpose those live streams and turn them into a course. You can turn them into a lot of digital products even beyond a course. You can turn them into bundles and master classes and all types of digital products that you can find more about if you check out my 7 different types of digital products video, where I go over my favorite 7 digital products that I love to create for passive income. But I love repurposing live streams because you can just go really in depth on them. I think on Instagram, if you do the live streams in particular, you can go in depth for up to an hour, and then you can pull those live streams down and then repurpose them into course content. And that's a really easy way to create a course that's not even going to take you a long time. For instance, if you commit for an entire week that you're going to do a limited time only live stream on a certain subject, you'll have 7 videos up to an hour long that you can then pull down from your Instagram and then put into a teaching platform and a course platform and turn them into an online course. Okay, before I get into the other steps, I want to hear from you. What type of content are you currently creating online? Share in the comments below. All right, the fourth way to repurpose content you already have into an online course is to tell the what, but sell the how. So when you are creating content online to demonstrate your expertise and to attract your target market, inevitably you're going to be sharing a lot of great tips and just going over different topics and really just trying to help your target market achieve the goals that they're particularly interested in. That said, because social media itself is pretty limited, I mean, there's only so many characters that you can even include on Twitter or Instagram, on Facebook. Obviously, you're not going to be able to tell the whole story in your social media content. This is where your course creation comes in. So go ahead and take the what post that you created on Instagram. So different Instagram posts where you're talking about what people need to do in order to achieve their goal, different Facebook posts where they were talking about, what people need to do to achieve their goal, YouTube, etc. Any content that you have online that talks about the what, go ahead, take it down and package it into an online course, but then flesh it out by adding the how that you did not share online. So you might have several posts on Instagram that go into what people need to do in order to get healthier, improve their style, decorate their house, grow their business, whatever type of entrepreneur or coach you are. I'm sure you have lots of posts about what people need to do. Go ahead and identify all of those posts, decide to create a course around them, but instead of just taking the content that you've already shared on social media about what people need to do, flesh it out and almost give bonus content about how they can execute and do it, and that becomes your paid course. Okay, the fifth way that you can repurpose existing content into an online course is simply to change the medium. This is one of the most simplest ways ever, but people typically don't think about this, but you would be surprised. For instance, if you have Instagram posts or podcasts on topics that were popular, so go ahead and see that second point, that people were really interested in, you can change the medium and maybe you pull the transcriptions down and then you turn them into, an ebook or a written course. So think about, what is the content that I've already created and what medium is it in? Is it in video format? Is it in audio format? And see if you can flip it and then charge for the new format, because maybe the new format is of greater interest to your target market. For instance, if your target market is busy and they really love audio courses, but you already have a lot of free written content on your blog or on Instagram or on Facebook in those posts, you can almost turn them into an audio course where you are simply reading that content and maybe adding extra information. So going back to step number 4 in terms of telling more of the how and not just the what, but you're changing the medium. So the medium originally was written form, and now you're flipping it to audio form, and then you can sell it as an audio course. Ditto if you want to change it into a video course. If you have written content or even audio content, you can change those into video slides, and maybe you can throw in some screenshots or different video cuts, and that can then become your video course. And then likewise, if you have video things, you can change them into written information and they can become ebooks or written courses. So just simply switch up the medium, maybe add a little bit more information to make it more interesting, and voila, there you have a course. All right, so now that you know how to repurpose your content, you're probably wondering, what kind of content should I create? Well, if you want to use this strategy, it's really important that you create strategic content from the outset, which is why I have my content planning cheat sheet. You can go ahead and download this at the link below. I love this cheat sheet. This goes over my actual process that I use to create content, including these videos. And so it will help you think through the content planning process so that you're creating content that you can actually repurpose in the future into a course or any other digital product that you like. So go ahead and download that now. And if you like this video, I share even more tips like this on my podcast, which you can check out at The Courtney Sanders Show on both iTunes and Spotify. And also, I hope you're following me. I'm CourtneyLSanders on Instagram, where I give lots of tips on my feed and in my story. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when my next video comes out. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.